Hey y'all, what's up? I'm back with another word. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about what has been on my heart lately. And I feel like, honestly, a lot of what God has been doing within me has been transitional. I spoke about that in my previous video, so please go back and watch the last video I posted. As well as the one speaking on identity, because that one really touched a whole lot on of what God has been showing me throughout this transition within my identity. But I feel like a lot of us who feel like we are kind of stuck and feel like we are in the middle and don't know what to do and looking for the next instruction from God to tell us what to do, God was highlighting to me that now is the time for you to get back to your first love. Who is your first love? And I'm not saying literally like a guy, but more so get back to him. He should be your first love. He wants a relationship with you. He wants for you to spend time with him. He wants you to talk to him. Just like you do, and just like you nurture any other relationship, he wants a relationship with you as well. Another thing he was showing me was the focus. And I was like, You know, I feel like a lot of times we definitely get distracted by what's going on in the world, in our lives, with people around us, with family. We could get distracted from the little things, social media. So just being able to stay focused on what it is that God is trying to tell you in this season, and knowing your assignment for this season, because as you know, your assignment may change depending on the season that you're in. Another one was journaling. So that was a part of my basics. I used to journal every day, and I had kind of swayed away from that because the more busy I got, I realized the less time I felt like I had to actually sit down and journal it. At the end of the day, I didn't feel like journaling. I was tired. So I would like come home, take a shower, eat, and go to sleep. That was my little routine when I came home. But he was definitely highlighting to me, you need to get back to the basics. And like I said, the basics is spending time with him, making him your first love, your first priority, the first priority when you wake up, the first priority before you go to bed. Focusing on what it is that he's trying to say to you. Journaling, self-care in general. Like, self-care is so important, and we neglect it sometimes, especially when you are a busy person or you feel like you have a lot on your plate. We don't always put ourselves first. Not saying everybody, but a lot of us who are workaholics is what they call it, then you tend to neglect yourself. So yeah, focusing on your self-care routines is important. What comes with that journaling is self-reflection. So I don't know how you guys utilize your journals, but like for me, one of the ways I utilize mine is I'll write things in it and then I'll go back and read it to just kind of see like what mindset was I in, what was going on in my life, how was I feeling, what lessons have I learned. Because a lot of times we learn lessons in one season and then forget them before we get to the next one. And we're already on to something new trials and tribulations, and we're so focused on that we forget what we already overcame in the last season. So self-reflection is important. And then you can also get self-reflection from other people, like people that actually know you. Not people who just skim the surface of who you are, but people you are yourself around. You show every season of your life, when you're sad, when you're happy, when you're excited, when you're annoyed. Like, they need to know the different seasons of who you are, not just a basic, you know what I mean, like a basic. And then the last one I would say that helped me to stay focused on my relationship with God at that time was being aware of what I felt myself with. Like, if you guys been following me for a little while, you'll know I said it plenty of times on my page that I was such a trap music type of person. Like, I love trap music. And for me, it wasn't necessarily about the lyrics all the time, but more so the beat. Like, I really love the beats behind trap music. And so that's what I listened to. And then I got to a point where God was highlighting to me, like, the things that you're listening to, the things that you're putting into you is how you are reflecting how you feel on the inside. Like, your outward is going to reflect the inward. And obviously what is inside of you is what's going to come out. So for me, it was like I was going to listen to trap music. We all know within trap music, 9 times out of 10, they're cussing. So what would I do? Cuss. Now, is that an excuse for saying I can cuss? Absolutely not, because we still have the ability to control ourselves. But that is a way that was negatively influencing me, although I knew I didn't want to cuss as much as I did prior. So that was one thing. And another way is your ears, your eyes, what is that you're watching. Oftentimes we don't even realize that what we're watching is being deposited within us. You watching killing scenes, you're watching murder scenes, you're watching kidnappings, and you're going to start to outwardly reflect fear, anxiety, stress, like because of what you're putting inside of yourself. So pay close attention to what it is that you are feeding yourself in general, through your eyes, through your ears, what it is that you're allowing to come out of your mouth, what you're reading. Yes, reading. Yeah. You just kind of have to have that larger heart mentality, for real. Because a lot of times the enemy finds little cracks, and as soon as he finds a little crack door, he's wiggling his way in there. So don't keep no doors cracked.